Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Well, my name is Jade, and this is The Rant. And today we ask the question, why YouTube? Why? Dude? So hopefully you can hang out. Let's do this. Let's urge. With something a little bit different. We're good. G-Mate, this one's for you, baby.
What is a memory? A memory is just a dream. A melody of you and me in love.
What is a melody? A memory of being free. A memory of you and me in love. You took the time, you sacrificed all your life. You paid the price for love. And all those nights we rolled the dice, I never ever realized all the lonely nights you cried for love. Lonely days in paradise for love. Parasites in sleepless nights for love. Lonely days in paradise for love. Yeah. Everything I do for love. Everything I do for. You took the time, you sacrificed for all your life, you paid the price for love. Yeah. And all those nights we rolled the dice, I never ever realized all the lonely nights you cried for love. Why is a memory? Oh, a memory of just a dream. A melody of you and me in love. In love. In love. In love. Ooh. In love. Oh. In love. See you later, everybody. Love you lots. All righty, welcome to the show. That was the brand new single that's coming out from me and Camp G-May that I've been working on with him for a few weeks. And that was the first time I sang it live at the amazing Sunfest yesterday. If you missed Sunfest, head over to Camp G-May's channel. Here he is, Camp G-May. Go and subscribe to him. He does these wonderful festivals. Yesterday was no exception. 20-odd musicians, went for 1 million hours. It was just heaps of fun. So much talent in such a long period of time. It was a great, great show. And once again, I was lucky enough to perform at it. G-May runs a really great channel over there. He does these open mics each and every week. So if you want to go over there, you got a guitar, you got a keyboard, whatever it is, get up and perform. And it's always good fun. Then he does these festivals 4 times a year for each season. And that was Sunfest. The next one, I think, is Freedom Fest and then Metal Fest later this year. Good times. You're doing okay. Monday morning here in Australia. It's time to get the rant on. I've got a lot to say about fucking YouTube as always. Hello to you all. Brad, you finally woke up. Alexander, Lewis, Professor Boomer, Pete Johns, what's going on? Who else? Thomas Christ, of course. Semtex Cow, g'day. I saw Wes in here earlier. Joe Glenn. Who else? Professor Boomer, do I already see? Dave Bops. Hello, Dave Bopperoo, the Bopper. Denise, of course, who's hopefully not getting done by a tornado. We got Pete Johns coming up after this. Make sure I get everybody in here. We're talking YouTube this week. Pete, I've got to message you today to see if you're free on Friday. Hopefully you are. I know you've got a thing, but I'm going to cut it short. Anyway, I'll message you, right? So we are going to talk about YouTube today. Not all negative, all right? Not all negative at all. There's some really interesting things happening and some interesting realizations. It's an actual tornado, yes. She is hunkering down at the moment. We're under the threat of tornadoes. It's the US, right? Always fucking tornadoes in that godforsaken part of the world. Right. But we are going to talk about YouTube today. Some interesting facts have come to light. I don't know if they're facts or not, right? You hear people say things and you read and you try and find as much research as you can, but it's really hard, right? It's really hard to know what's really going on at YouTube, because you have content creators who are telling you one thing over here, YouTube and not Google not really saying much over here, and you kind of have to try and build a story. It's almost like we're all conspiracy theorists trying to work out exactly how YouTube works. And you know what? It just, when we cut to the chase, hello Hugh Caldwell, when we cut to the chase, we're going to talk about the AI button. We're going to talk about it because, hey, look, it's kind of helpful. It is. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of helpful. But YouTube. All right. So people will have noticed. And look, Denise says she's okay. That's good. So we got Pete with Your Music live after this. I'll quickly cover what we're doing here on this channel before we get into this as well. Tomorrow we're doing how-to mastering. We're going to talk about mastering. Oh, don't worry, Fat Panda Cat. I'll get to the AI button. It's on the list. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you new polls and stuff you can put in the middle of your video. There's heaps of stuff they're quietly throwing at us, right? That people don't know about, because YouTube are terrible at communication. They're like that. You know what they're like? They're like that dad that you've got from the 1950s who just bottles up all of his fucking emotions and never says anything. That's what YouTube's like. They just... Anyway, then we're back doing Let's Ask AI. I see a few people have been stealing my idea recently. Fuck you. We're going to throw a whole bunch of questions at our favorite AI consultants and see what they have to fucking say. So that is happening again this week. We've got the Creative Hour. Hopefully one of my good friends will come and join me for a rant at the end of this week if he's not too busy. Lots of app demos as well coming up. All that stuff. All right, let's talk about YouTube. They are, like it or not, they're my employer. Hello, Forrester the Wolf. They employ me. It's weird to say that, right? It really is. Because when I started out, like most YouTubers, remember back in simpler times when YouTube was just grab a really low-res camera, sit there and just like be a personality, just be you and just talk about shit or play a video game or just, hello, I'm a person, and this isn't a television channel. This is just people expressing themselves. That's how YouTube started before Google moved in and purchased them. And then in the before times, even when Google purchased them, the option came up for monetization over a slow period of time. They introduced tools for, leave Britney alone, Charlie bit my finger, all that kind of stuff, right? Iconic YouTube stuff. When you go and look at it now, you're kind of like, fuck, were we watching that? What were we dorks? But they were very simple times. Jenny Jolivet, hello to you as well, and James Myers Drums. Good to see you all. Thanks for joining me on this usual ranty rant McRanterson. So yeah, simple times, a lot of characters. Remember this dude, he's got a really big popular channel now where he like does all these challenges. I forget his name. Really bad practices, really Mr. Beast, I think he's called. I don't know, if you go back and watch an old Mr. Beast video, just a kid sitting in his bedroom right in front of a really low-res camera. This is how this started. That's the bottom line, right? And once monetization started to creep in, of course, well, people start to try and improve their content. Better cameras come out, better technology comes along. Like Pete Johns always says, though, at the end of the day, we are on borrowed ground. That's what this is. It totally is. Take out the monetization aspect of it, right? Now, I know you're going to think, are you on YouTube's side or not here? I'm not on anyone's side, right? I fucking hate a lot of things. I like a lot of good things about it. There's a lot of both, right? But at the end of the day, server space costs fucking money, doesn't it? To be able to house all of this shit on YouTube, this bullshit content that I'm giving you right now, just talking into the ethos, into the atmosphere, it's got to have a space for it to go, right? Somebody's got to build the endless array of factories of buildings to host all this crap, to stay around, to go back and watch Charlie Bit My Finger 30 years on. We got to have this shit, right? So, of course, monetization is more than just trying to help the creators. Monetization is a two-part story here. There's got to be money coming in to pay for this thing to keep going, to allow us to dump all this content. Because trust me, there's a lot of shit content out there. And you may think your content's shit, Jade, and you're welcome to think that, and that's okay. We're all different, and that's all right. But so not only are creators getting paid for what they do, kind of, but there needs to be an income coming in to keep all this stuff going. So that's where advertisers come on board, and they're able to break off a percentage to give to us based on our content that we create, and it all kind of swings and roundabouts. There you go. Now, in this modern era, we hear a lot of stuff. G'day, Barry Glenn. We hear a lot of stuff about the algorithm. Now, there's a lot to it as well too, right? The thing is, everybody on YouTube reckons they've got a cheat code, right? Everyone's got the fucking cheat code. Oh, trust me, I know how to do it. I got no idea. So if you come here for fucking answers, all I can do is have a look at all this stuff and have an opinion on it, right? Because I don't know how it works. Really, no one really does. There's a lot of shit being thrown at the wall on YouTube, unless you're a YouTube channel who does instructional videos on how to put a light bulb in. Can't really fuck that up. Can't debate it, can you? I mean, we've got YouTube videos on the firmament and flat earth and all this, so much nonsense out there. What do you believe, right? Who are these people who are telling us all this information, all this fact that is out there? The one thing you can take to the bank always is the information of shit that you know is absolutely true without a fucking doubt, right? You watch a video on how to install a toilet seat. Guess what? The dude's showing you how to put in a fucking toilet seat. I don't know what to tell you. There's no conspiracy about the toilet seat, right? You put it in, there you go. The interesting thing is this constant cry about the algorithm, and I'm totally fucking guilty of it, of saying, I think they've changed the algorithm. But have they? Have they? Or have Google cut their own noses off despite their faces? I think that's more the opinion. I think that's more what's going on. I don't think it's really us and our content. I mean, how many times can you be told to fucking have a good thumbnail, right? Obviously, I think all of us get better over time creating thumbnails for YouTube if you're doing that kind of thing. And you change things up and you try and mess things up. My original thumbnails, I was told forever, were completely boring and shitty, and yeah, I guess so. But I don't know, how do you know what's going to grab somebody? It's so hard, right? Unless it's, and this is what I want to talk about this week on my guest rant that I have about the hate economy, because it's a big thing on YouTube, right? We've gone from personality based content, right? Someone sitting in their bedroom going, "Hi, look at me, I've got an opinion on something. I'm just sitting here. I like video games, blah blah blah." To this person's really cool. I like what they're doing. How do we fucking destroy them? There is a massive economy on YouTube that is generating millions and millions and millions of views to try and destroy people's lives. And you can think I'm talking nonsense, but it's fucking out there. It is massive. The economy of hate is huge, and we're seeing this just in general, right? Just around the world at the moment, of this continuous need to fucking destroy people. I've got ideas I'm going to say something in the world of ideas, and I'm going to destroy you, and everything's about hurting somebody and causing pain, and you know, a lot of these big content creators now, instead of being like, really, hey, this guy's really cool, how can we go through their content and find shit to destroy them? What did they say 20 years ago that we could use against them, right? There's a huge economy in gossip, bullshit, fucking slop. It's out there, right? But one of the biggest economies on YouTube for the longest time has been how-to videos. I mentioned this just before, how to install a toilet seat. You've all been there, right? You've all done it. You've gone, oh man, I just got this new coffee maker. I wonder how long it takes to do this, right? When I got my air fryer, I was like watching heaps of videos on how long does it take to do a steak in the air fryer? And then all my content just got full of air fryer shit. When I started Ozempic, right? I've obviously got information from my doctor, but then you get home and go, shit, I've never jabbed myself in the stomach with a fucking needle before. I better jump on YouTube and watch a video on how to do it. And then all of a sudden, my whole feed was full of Ozempic videos. Boomer, I fixed my garage door opener through YouTube. We've all done it, right? We've all got those things that we do. And, you know, people come here as well too with apps. And, you know, Pete Johns does stuff, GarageBand. There's a lot of important information on YouTube to learn stuff, right? And teach, and from the most mundane, the simplest stuff to the most complex stuff. And with that, you're going to have varying opinions, right? Because a lot of things are subjective. You've got videos out there that cut apart songs and say, how is this song the best song in the world? Again, objective stuff. But always, you know, how to fix this particular this particular flange piece of rubber on a windowsill, probably going to be right, yeah, because it's very specific, and there's a lot of specific stuff out there. And where I'm heading with this is the decline of YouTube views for channels like that, because, like it or not, those are the channels that are getting hit the most at the moment. And why is this? This is where I say that YouTube have kind of shot themselves in the foot with this one, because they're all in on AI. And here's the deal. In my opinion, which is just an opinion, and some other things I've been reading online, is people are getting that kind of information now from things like ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini. Why would I sit through a 10-minute video of some dork? Well, I really don't want to know. I'm probably never going to come back and watch anything else on this guy's channel except how to get this fucking light bulb out that's stuck in my fucking roof, right? So where do they go? They go to ChatGPT, don't they? Because it's written out for them, it's really quick, and it's done. They just read it and it's done. I use it all the time for stuff like that. Very quick to just go, I've forgotten how long to cook this for. Done. What's the time now here? What's the time difference here? Instead of loading up World Clock Converter and doing all that stuff. GHXT, World Music, hello. Anyone else I've missed? We'll cover this too. I mean, this is obviously a thing, right? We'll get to all this. So how-to videos, tutorials, tech help, music production advice, health tips, gaming walkthroughs, reviews, educational explainers, all these things have 100% been affected by things like ChatGPT. And the statistics are out there, right? You can just go and have a look. The fucking stats are out there. Google's statistics for searches and all that stuff are up there. AI-driven search traffic reportedly grew from under 2% to over 9% on desktop search traffic between 2024 and 2025. And I would suggest currently that has increased, right? Because more and more people are using that. So it's just going to continue to increase because, hey, I don't want to sit through 9 minutes. We are of this goldfish mentality. I think not most of us, right? Because we can sit through something that's a little bit longer. But there's a lot of people who can't sit through 20-second shorts. It's too much. They'll flick 3 seconds into a short. It's too much for them. Traditional Google searches per user in the US reportedly declined by nearly 20% between 2024 and 2025. You can find this information on Google, not AI, through their statistics. That's the thing with Google, right? They're a search company, an advertising company, and not only with YouTube, they use statistics. All these statistics are available if you go and have a look at them. Google search is increasingly becoming 0 clicks as well too, right? So around 60 to 65% of Google searches now end with users not clicking a website, because AI overviews are at the front of everything, right? So they're killing, not only are they killing websites, they're obviously a threat to advertising, which is the whole business model. Again, odd decision. Users no longer need to watch a video on YouTube or visit a website because most of it's there. The problem, which we all know, is that AI gets it wrong a lot of the time. It does. It hallucinates. It makes mistakes because it's drawing information from a lot of places that are, I guess, unverified sources like Reddit. Like, okay, so we're mixing in trusted sources with untrusted sources. And again, it's the same thing with generative images, which we've talked about here on this channel as well. There's going to get this point with AI that it's pulling information from sources, and those sources are getting muddied through its own information output that it is putting out. And then it starts interbreeding, and before long, the information we got is that royal family with the fuck chin, because there's so much inbreeding that who knows what's real? How do we know anymore? If there was a video that dropped, I forgot again who the creator is this week, who dropped a video about YouTube, about guitar pedals, how AI is destroying the history of guitar pedals. It's putting out all this slop, and it's talking about pedals that don't even fucking exist. I saw Leela do a search on her show the other day asking about an app to help her do something. JHS. I watched Leela live on a show ask ChatGPT, hey, can you help me find an app that does this? And it gave her a suggestion for a bunch of apps that don't even fucking exist. They just don't exist. So this is troublesome because this is being put out there, and then you have all these slop channels that are taking this information and just not fact-checking any of it and putting it back out there. And it just continues the cycle. And before long, everything's just Donald Trump land, where everything's just bullshit lies, right? This is the place we're going. So that's concerning, obviously, I think on a broader information spectrum. Yeah, don't ask AI about GarageBand or Logic Pro. Never properly differentiate. That's true. You know, we did a show. We did Ask AI a few weeks ago, and we're doing another one this week just to see how much it's going to give us. Garbage in, garbage out, right? This is where we're at, right? And you know, you've all had arguments with AI and gone, I don't think that's right. I don't know if you've had them. I've had them, and it's gone, no, I think you're wrong. And I'm like, no, I think you're, hang on. And you go and find the information, go put it into ChatGPT and go, I think you'll find this is the truth. And then it'll finally go, you know what? You're right. No apology, no nothing. Just fucking bullshit, right? So now we are at the point where now millions of users, millions every day, are skipping YouTube entirely, right? Because they don't have 10 minutes. They just don't have it. Oh, look, that is a nightmare. Yeah, don't even ask about OBS. Oh, good Lord, because the OBS sphere on YouTube is so fucked, man. Because you're right, OBS updates all the time. There's plugins. Oh, my God. It's really hard to find good content about OBS, right? It definitely is. Unless you watch Yelly Man. What's his name? You know, the guy goes, let's get to it. That guy. Yelly Man, something the third. I can't remember. Michael something. Somebody will help me out. Michael something. Anyway, he yells all the time and he's like, ah! And you're like, whoa, dude, fucking Michael Fryer. That's him. Thanks, Thomas. Yelly dude, I call him. But he's got good info. It's just he yells at you fucking like Michael Fryer Jr. That's his name. But you should sub to him. He's got good info, but if you can handle the like megaphone yelling kind of voice. So millions of users every day are now using ChatGPT. Google Claude is really rising up to the top now. Grok, I use Grok all the time. I think I pay the most money for Grok, but you know, I like making porn with Grok. What can I say? That's funny. That's funny, Dave. I've been playing guitar, mate. I've been playing guitar. A lot of guitar this week, but thank you. I will do them today, right? Now you've helped me out. One problem is that AI like Grok is made to affirm what you type. Well, you can control it, right? I only use Grok to make porn. I'm not going to lie. It's very entertaining. That's a whole nother story. We won't go there. We talked about that in the last Ask AI. Maybe we'll do that again this week. Maybe we'll make some porn stuff. So here's the thing, right? Now AI is the interesting thing about AI is taking a lot of your content on YouTube and scripting it. And getting those transcripts. There's a reason why YouTube has added transcripts to your content and the ability to add the transcripts to come along the bottom, live as you're going as well too. Because their AI, like Gemini, can pull those transcripts and then use that to stop people from going to the video. They don't need to because it's drawing that information. Again, this is kind of silly. It's kind of silly, right? So, yeah. Listen, when I'm gathering information, I do use ChatGPT for things like these rants or for the how-to episodes I do. But I don't just ask ChatGPT. What I actually do is go and source at least 20 websites myself. Then I go and find at least 5 really good videos on YouTube that are in depth. And I go and pump all those websites that I've found and all of the transcripts from the 5 videos that I've found. I put all of those into ChatGPT and then get a detailed kind of list of things that I can talk about in bullet points, because I'd still rather trust humans that are putting stuff up and then just use ChatGPT to, I don't know, just collate the information for me. I don't really need it to go out and find it. I mean, you can use deep thinking with all that stuff, but still, it's going to make mistakes. For example, the episode I did last week on how to microphone, that was incredibly hard to, because I did a deep think using ChatGPT. It took fucking 40 minutes to do this deep think. And man, it got so much wrong. And that's deep thinking, right? So there you go. So the reason people are moving to AI, faster answers, personalized responses, no ads. Although that's going to change, right? That is going to change because even ChatGPT are introducing ads into their cheaper tiers, their Go tiers. No filler, no 15-minute intro or 30-second for a 30-second answer. So that is it. The people want it instantly. They want it yesterday. That is just the greedy, self-involved kind of populace that we have at the moment, right? Everybody expects everything to be given to them now and for free, or fucking they're going to go and complain everywhere they fucking can. So obviously, the channels that are being hurt, tutorial creators, tech channels, education channels, SEO-based channels. And there's also been another thing that's going on if you follow this stuff, like I try to follow it as much as possible. The other thing that YouTube's done by shooting itself in the foot and its creators, they have been encouraging creators to use their integrated AI tools for creating videos. And that's great because they're like, hey, we believe these tools are great and they can help you. Here's our Shorts little app that you can use for this. Here's this. And they add all these things in to help creators that are built into YouTube. And unfortunately, there's been a whole, if you've seen any of this, in the last 2 weeks, there's been a whole heap of really big YouTube channels who've been completely demonetized for using AI. Oh no. Oh no. You know why? Here's where it gets stupid. Oh dear. Their fucking monitoring system is AI. And the AI has been trained to look for AI and repeating things that are being repeated, apparently. So at the same time, you've got Google saying, please use our AI tools. It'll really help your content. And I don't think they've told their algorithm not to flag and demonetize channels who are actually doing it. Mixed messages, right? These mixed messages. It's very confusing. Either use the stuff and it'll help you. And look, in the last week, I've watched at least 30 really big channels that have been demonetized. And all of them, consistent story of, I haven't been using AI a lot in my content. I've been using it for some scripting and a little bit of this. And it's like, oh, right. So you're using the tools. Ah, man. So what do you do? And even a lot of these are saying they're barely using it and it's coming back as repetitive content because that's what you get flagged for. That's the thing. They say repetitive content. Also, what's very interesting is you will notice over the years of YouTube, this is weird, right? So, and Pete will attest to this, and they kind of still do it in YouTube Studio. They've rewarded channels who go out and find videos that are similar to your content, and then you kind of make a similar thumbnail and then kind of make a very similar video based on this video that's done really well. And that works for a lot of people. But in the old times, it was people doing it themselves, right? So people seeing a video like Mr. Beast and then kind of copying the thumbnail and then kind of copying the script, similar talking points. I do that sometimes here. I will go and watch a whole bunch of videos during the week and it gives me a talking point for these shows, right? There's lots of content out there that gives you great talking points. But in those times, you couldn't just like slop it all together with AI. Now you can, right? So what YouTube's actually doing is they are cutting those channels. They are burying now those channels that are just ripping off and doing complete clones. And look, you can go out and find so many channels that are big who have dropped videos throughout their career going, look at all these videos that are copying my thumbnails and my content. We know this is out there, but now it's just seemingly a lot easier for these AI generative stuff, these faceless channels to do it. And what's happening in the mix, unfortunately, like everything, is channels that are, genuinely using AI minimally and to just help add source on top to take away some of the really fucking tedious shit that you have to do for a video. They're getting pulled into that problem, right? Yes, and this is the thing too. And again, this is the other thing, right here. On the flip side, the algorithm looks for similar videos with similar thumbnails. Well, so what do you do, right? What do you do? I'm starting. Oh, do you know what? How many? For those of you who don't know who Simon Whistler is, you know him, right? You've seen one of his videos on one of his 72 channels. Like every time I see a new Simon Whistler video, I go, holy shit. What? Why is this on a brand new channel? Why am I not subscribed to this one? How many channels am I subscribed to on Simon Whistler? Man, that dude puts out the content. He must pay a lot because he uses fucking actual writers as well too. He actually pays a lot of real people, right? Algorithm, I believe, clusters like a cloud. Yeah. It does, right? So it's AI driven. It's all this stuff is, hey, look, we could go on and on about the fucking help desk for Creator Studio. It's, most of the time I know more than them. So look, we do have a problem with slop. Obviously, I don't want to cover all that ground again. AI is changing the way people learn. So let's talk about some stats that I've collected here. Again, these are all stats from Google, all right, from Google's own stuff that I'm giving you. I'm not like using ChatGPT to pull this stuff, pulling from Google. 50% of prospective students use AI tools weekly for research. 1 in 3 users now trust AI tools as a research source. Wow. That's more people who have an approval rating for Donald Trump. Right. 79% of people read Google's AI-generated summaries when they appear. Now, I'm sure there's many of us, we don't, right? We kind of skip past it. Sometimes, look, again, you got to take it, you got to take the information on a what you're looking for. If it's like something that's pretty easy to prove is fact, like is water wet, you're going to kind of trust that, although I don't know. The thing is, it's younger people who are picking this stuff up first because they don't have the history too of, when we first started, us old people on using search engines. What creators are experiencing on YouTube? Massive educational content saturation. So that's there as well too. There is a massive amount of saturation of educational content. Who do you trust, right? Who do you trust? Creators have been copying each other for years. Same thumbnails, same titles, same information, slightly different personalities. There's all that kind of stuff. Then you got all the channels out there telling you how to do thumbnails, and you'll see it happen, right? So a couple of the really big channels that talk about thumbnails, they'll say, thumbnails have changed. This is the way you do it. And then all of a sudden, everybody's thumbnails over the next 3 weeks become that. I say, do your own fucking thumbnails. Just go with it. Right? Fuck these assholes. Again, I've talked about this on these shows forever. A lot of these channels, especially when talking about YouTube and how to max win on YouTube, their whole videos are about successful YouTube channels, and their whole content is like how to, and they've only made it as successful because of they're talking about, they actually don't have any fucking content. I guess I treat social media as YouTube because we have a social aspect right here. We're socializing right now, right? We're socializing right now. Creator claims YouTube now detects repeated information. So this is some of the things people, this is what they are looking at. So I believe, right? So some of this stuff, repeated information, recycled transcripts, duplicated concepts, low originality. This is what is getting people demonetized. This is actually what's getting people demonetized. The very thing that they have allowed people to get away with for the longest time is now what they're demonetizing channels. Recycled transcripts, duplicated concepts, low originality. Why? Because now they're creating the transcripts, right? And they're feeding it into their own AI, and they're seeing the consistencies of, oh shit, these people are just copying these transcripts. They're just copying it fucking word for word. See, something like this is completely not copied at all. I've watched a whole bunch of videos and I'm just talking about the whole overall, right? This is probably the best way to go. And hell, if you can't fucking sit there and talk about something and have your own opinion on it just by gathering information, fuck you. You shouldn't be on YouTube. You're a fucking loser, right? In theory, YouTube now scans. Let's go through some of the things they scan. Transcripts, thumbnails, titles, topics, related concepts. If your video says nothing new, the algorithm suppresses it. Recommendation reaches drop, and your browse traffic collapses. That's what they're trying to do now to combat it. They have the tools to do so. Many creators report sudden drops, unexplained drops, and most of the time, guess what? It's you. Just make better content. I mean, you can sit there and watch all these statistics and get really upset about them, but, just try and push through and make better content. Older strategies aren't working, right? Because people rig the system. I don't know if you know this, but there are a lot of people out there that fucking rip off the system. I've seen somebody, I'm not saying anything, who basically started making music, coming to a community like ours, and all of a sudden they had like fucking 1,000, they had 500 subscribers, and in like a very few short, 3-4 months, they now have 117,000 subscribers and a YouTube plaque. And there's no comments on any of their videos, paying for fucking views. This stuff goes out there as well too, right? That's one of the other problems. You can game the system on YouTube because YouTube's an advertising company. At the end of the day, you can pay Google ads to get your videos more views, and all of a sudden you've got 100,000, you get a plaque and you've done nothing. And then you got to look in the mirror each day and realize that you are an absolute right? So, obviously, the algorithm is looking for this stuff. Many creators have reported these drops and they're struggling and older strategies aren't working. So, you know what? You got to keep moving. You got to keep changing. You got to keep evolving. And if you're not evolving, more the fool you, right? Because people change all the time. We live in a fast world and you should be moving with that stuff. But personality is always going to win, right? There's a reason why Mr. Beast, even through all of his controversies, is still up there. People still watch the stuff, right? Look how he came. There's still that, even though, like, some of the controversy and all that shit, personality's still king. If you're not putting your personality into your content, I don't know what to do. Eventually, all this slop is going to disappear, right? Eventually, there's going to be this. We know it's coming, right? We know all this bullshit's the penny's going to drop. The veil's going to drop, and we're all going to go, fucking hell. What a load of shit AI was. And to some degree, right? Personality content survives better because you can have facts, summaries, instructions, tutorials. AI is fucking absolutely still weak at human storytelling, emotions. I think you mean still is. I can't even remember what I said a minute ago. Charisma. AI has no charisma. Listen to the voice that you have, right? Lived experience, community, controversy, humor, push buttons, fucking all this kind of stuff, authenticity. It can't do any of that stuff. But I want to jump over to these features, right? Because they are adding things. They are constantly adding things, YouTube. And I do believe there is some kind of self-awareness going on with YouTube where they're like, fuck, what have we done? We've pushed a whole lot of people away from this really popular form of content on YouTube in favor of television. Because that's, you all know it, right? You're seeing more and more bullshit television stuff being incorporated into YouTube, CNN and all this stuff. They're being pushed over onto YouTube. And the reason we're all on YouTube is because we don't want to watch that fucking bullshit talking head crap. I don't want to watch that stuff. It's all nonsense, right? It's all just fucking fear bullshit. And now it's just over here on YouTube. The hype button. Is anybody curious about the hype button? Would you like to know some information about the hype button? You would have heard about it. You would have seen. I've started saying it in my videos. Hit the like, subscribe, and hit the hype button. What is the hype button? Let me tell you what the hype button is. The hype button is only on mobile devices. It is only for creators that have 500 to 500,000 subscribers, all right? You'll see it on their videos. Highly hyped videos, specific long form stuff will uploaded within 7 days. There'll be a hype button, right? For about 7 days it sits there. And you can find it on mobile, on your phone, on your iPad, or whatever you're using on mobile. The purpose is to give fans a way to help smaller creators gain recognition beyond just liking and sharing. Eligibility, we told you that. You can hype the button on mobile comment section up to 3 times a week. You get 3 hypes a week. There is a leaderboard somewhere for the most hyped videos on a special non-personalized regional leaderboard. Availability currently available in countries US, UK, Canada, Australia, and a whole bunch of European countries. Future plans, this is all from Google, not from ChatGPT, allow users to purchase additional hypes. You knew it was coming. You knew that's where they were going. Right, so where do we find it? Fucking hell, unbelievable. So, yeah. They just want your money. They just want your money. There you go. They just want your fucking money. Money, 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 money. You pay YouTube to hype your favorite creator. I don't think the YouTube creator gets the money. Right? So let's have a look. We'll jump over here. Whoop. So one of my latest videos. And is there a hype for this one? Yes. Right? So see that? If you're on mobile, see where the comments are. Swipe. And then you'll see hype. So you just need to swipe, right? You'll see if it's there, it's got 2 dots. If I go back maybe to a video that's longer than 7 days, 13 days ago, can I still hype this one? Let's have a look. We'll pause that. I can't hype it anymore, right? So you get 7 days to hype a video. And it replaces this with key concepts. So it tells you about concepts of the video if you want to get a brief description. So there you go. You can hype a video. You get 3 a month, 3 a week. Use them sparingly. If you're not using them on my videos, I'll find you. Right? But it's there. I'm guessing it's going to help us. I'm guessing it's going to help. That's cool. What are some other cool things that they have added sneakily in the background? They added, this one's cool. I kind of like this. This is in your creator studio. Let's jump over here. Now, we've got to be really careful because I can't show anything about how much money I get, all this bullshit, right? It's so stupid. Let me find content. Okay, so. Right, here's one of my videos. So this JAMP video, I can now edit this after the fact or when you're actually uploading a video. Right, so if you come over here to the side, notice over this side here, you've got your end screen. They've added some really cool end screen stuff too, where you can just use the previous end screen that you used on your last video and you don't even have to think about it. It's great. I love that. Doug Kidder, g'day to you. Who have I missed? Crow Alexander, hello. I know I'm seeing names and I've not got to everybody. But they've added, so we've got cards, but if you scroll down here, you'll notice this. Quizzes. Look at this. Quizzes. So what you can do with this, right? Anywhere in your pre-recorded video, even in a song, right? Even in a song. You come over here, put this somewhere in your video, tap here, add a quiz, and you can add some questions. Like, what do you think of this video so far? You like it? You don't like it? Blah, blah, blah. Whatever you want to put. You can throw quizzes in the middle and then hit save. And then it'll pop up as a little card in the corner as a little quiz. So, you see what they're doing there. They're trying to create more ways to engage. So there's that. That's a new thing that they added. And let's talk about Ask Studio, shall we? So if you've been wondering where Ask Studio, the AI thing is, I'm going to show you. Come back over here. So, alrighty. Up the top is this little Gemini icon, and this is Ask Studio. Okay, and basically it's pretty cool. You've got a whole lot of things, right? So you can say stuff like summarize my comments, suggest new video ideas, summarize my channel performance. You can do latest video, like I just did this before here. Latest video, opening hour. It says, which is a shit one because it's a live stream. First few hours, I don't really want to do that. Let's ask something like, and here's the thing, right? this is pulling information from your actual channel. So you can trust this, even though it's AI, it has all the stats, right? It has all the stats for you. So it's going to give you legit information. All right. So if we do this, let's talk about, tell me how my video on retro keys went this week. See if I can do this. Because another thing, right, you can do is, I'll cover this right at the end now, last few minutes. So finding key moments, gathering the metrics for this video, comparing the video stats to your typical performance, and then it can do all this, right? Shut up and play. Your decision to start with high energy performance in AUM around 43 seconds to driving the UI as a minute. We saw a nice retention spike. There were views that got to hear exactly what the app can do right away. 43 seconds in. 41% of your traffic is coming from YouTube. That's good. And not, go away, Rumble. I'd never go there. Recommendation, home and up next, suggests that the algorithm is successfully finding viewers who are interested in iOS music production and Audio Kit Pro specifically. Viewer excitement comments show that you're quick yet thorough, so it's getting results. There was a significant drop-off in the first 30 seconds. While your energy is great, the introductory price talk might have felt a bit salesy to some. There we go. We noticed around the 7-minute mark when you were switching between effects and notch settings, this section felt a bit technical and slower pace comparing to the live playing. So it gives a massive breakdown, right? Try starting 15 to 20 seconds of pure sound performance before the verbal. So maybe I'll try that on some of my demos, just starting the show with a performance of the app playing and hearing it, and then coming back and going, there's how this app sounds. Here's where you can get it. I don't know. Maybe we change it up and put it at the end. It's giving like fairly relevant stuff based around your videos. Hello, Rhett. So look, I'm not complaining about this. Great job on this one. It's clear how to resonating because basically I use this to ask how I should change my channel and along with ChatGPT. Now, if you don't want to trust this stuff, don't trust it, right? There's other ways you can get information on your channel to help change things up. G'day, Gary Hubs. And one of them is using ChatGPT and providing ChatGPT with your YouTube link to your channel, because at least it can get some statistics, right? Because there are open to public statistics that are available on all your videos, and ChatGPT can go through that. Another good idea is if you are asking ChatGPT on how to improve your reach or subscribers or more views, also use something like Social Blade and add that link in as well too. So if you don't know what Social Blade is, obviously you're not going to use Social Blade for things like monetization facts, because they can never give you that stuff. So Social Blade is an aggregate for YouTube content creators, and you can come over here and type in your favorite YouTube, right? I can put in myself, Jade, Starr, music. Does it find me? There we go. And it can give me, if it lets me tap, yes, this one. And it can give you a whole bunch of stats on retention and views and all this kind of stuff. So you can add this in. Just don't pay any attention to the money because it's way off. It doesn't include SuperChats and any other stuff, right? So it's not really correct at all. But you can use this in your ChatGPT searches, doing deep thought stuff with your YouTube channel. And this can help you. Plus, the AI button, I think it's handy. I don't think it's a hindrance. You don't have to use it, right? You click on it. You make the decision to click on it. That's up to you. But, hey, the information is there. They have all this information. I guess just don't fall into the trap of looking at all this stuff negatively and getting down over it all, right? It's there to try and help you. Obviously, you don't want to have a stats race and go, oh, no, I'm not as good as this person, and start having doubt on why you're doing this shit. It's easy to fall down that path. Don't get sucked into that bullshit. But, hey, if they're providing this information, why not fucking use it, yeah? Especially because it's pulling, at least you can trust the information you're pulling from this new AI thing. And, you know, you don't have to do stuff like that. You've got, the sky's the limit, right? You can just say, ask it things like, when is the best time for me to drop a video according to my viewers when they're online? All this, that stuff's already available. But if you want to just type it in there, or get some suggestions on some videos, that kind of stuff, right? Yes, look, I subscribe to Rumble just because I like to watch where all the pedophiles are. And they're all over there, having a good time chasing pedophiles because they're all pedophiles themselves. It just is what it is, right? Pedophiles attract pedophiles. You got to wonder about those channels, man. They spend so much time hunting them down and then just talking to the... It's gross. Mixed Club, did I say hi to you? Again, we talked about this, right? YouTube has expanded their content detection of deep fake stuff, AI content, but at the same time, they're talking out of one side of this mouth and the other side. They're telling you, use this content. Now, another thing too, just before this show, well, yeah, that's up to you, man. But music has always talked about politics and religion, always. And some of the greatest songs in the world have done so. And if anybody tells you as a musician you shouldn't talk about that stuff, remember, tell them to go fuck themselves. Music is meant to be dangerous, in my opinion, and you should make music how you like to make music. And music changes the world, changes the way we think, changes a whole lot of things. And we should be singing about whatever we want, talking about whatever we want. It's the one place that we can do so. Like comedy, right? We can continue to say this stuff and get it out there because it seems like you can't say it anywhere else, right? You can't have an opinion anywhere or you get banned. AI Studio also has like brainstorming, stuff like this, right? About ideas. If you haven't seen this stuff, you come over here. So they have this ideas page. Where is it? Analytics. They have trends and ideas you can go to. I'm not going to go through all that stuff. In closing, what was there was another feature I was going to talk about. The hype button, creator tools. Oh, yeah, they have expanded a whole bunch, right? You can be, they've actually expanded a whole bunch of audience retention stuff, CTR breakdowns, competitor comparisons, trend predictions, revenue geography. So there's been a whole lot that has been introduced, but again, YouTube never tells us. We're not being told this stuff, right? That's the thing that sucks the most. I think if they could give us the information, it'd be awesome. All right, to close, I just think just keep making the content that you love to make, right? Right? Okay. We all have opinions, right? Just keep being authentic, I guess, right? Keep being authentic, be real, don't bullshit. Hey, we're drowning in a sea of bullshit from all sides. All sides, man. It's just constant bullshit being thrown at us. Just lies, 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 lies. Stay consistent. Stay consistent. Push through. Keep making the stuff. Don't get disheartened, right? Just keep making it. Just follow your passion. That's the most important thing. There'll be audiences that hang with you no matter what, even if they disagree with your political views or whatever, right? I think a lot of people are fucking dickheads out there. I still don't fucking hate them, right? Same can't be said for fucking the other way. But whatever. Do live streams, right? Tell Rage Against the Machine to stop being political. Man, that's one of the most ironic stories of the year, isn't it, eh? Oh, fuck, I laughed when that went down. Just keep being you, right? Look for the tools. I don't know what to tell you. There's no point getting upset. Just keep doing you, and you'll have people who'll stick by you, right? People will love you for you no matter what. It's out there, right? Do your deep dives. Don't rip anything off. Just don't copy people. Just do you, man. Get as much Gather as much information as you can. YouTube's not that bad, right? There's worse things that are going on in the world to get upset about YouTube, right? What can I say? You're all good people. You're all good. Just don't be a cunt. Is that it? Can I finish now? Pete's up next. Don't be a cunt. It's that simple. If you're a cunt, fuck you. All right. Thanks for hanging out. Tomorrow we got how-to mastering, and then we're going to ask some AI some bullshit during the week. Lots of good demos coming up as usual, and we'll see you later. Thank you. Do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. Oh, blah, 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 blah. You all are wonderful people. Let's Oj. We'll see you at Pete's. Bye.